Hello, I'm Paul Karff and I'm a developer advocate on the Chromecast team. Today I'm going to introduce you to the Google Cast SDK. With the Google Cast SDK, you can now enable your Android and iOS mobile apps and your Chrome desktop web apps to cast content to Google Cast receiver devices. Cast receiver devices such as the recently launched Chromecast then stream that content directly from a network source. The Google Cast model has two components, senders and receivers. In general terms, the sender application refers to your mobile or web app, which provides to the user mechanisms for content discovery and media controls. Receiver applications are HTML applications that show content on Google Cast receiver devices. Google Cast sender apps are your existing mobile and web apps. You already provide a means for your users to discover and consume content. By integrating the Google Cast API into your existing apps, you make it possible for your users to enjoy their favorite content on the big screen using apps with which they are already familiar. The Google Cast Sender SDKs are available for Android, iOS, and Chrome. Using the Google Cast SDK for your platform, you can easily enable casting for your mobile or web applications. Once your application is cast enabled, it will be able to discover cast receiver devices on the same local network, establish a secure channel to that cast receiver device, implement UI controls such as the cast icon, and send messages between the cast sender and receiver apps. A cast receiver application runs on a cast receiver device such as Chromecast. It provides a customized experience for your users. The cast receiver app is a web app that runs in a specialized Chrome browser instance on the Google Cast device. When a cast-enabled sender app sends content to a receiver device, the receiver device runs your receiver app in this specialized browser. A couple of examples of cast receivers are the styled media receiver and the custom media receiver. The styled media receiver supports playback of basic media such as MP4, MP3, MOV, and JPEG, and accepts CSS styling. This receiver requires the least amount of development effort and time. The custom media receiver is implemented by the developer and can use the media player library to play back streams that use licensing servers, adaptive streaming, or authentication. With the Google Cast SDK, you self-manage your cast receiver app releases. You start by visiting cast.google.com/publish, where you create an account. Once you've established your account, you add new receiver applications and also register your receiver devices to enable them to run your receiver apps. With the developer console, you are now in control of when your cast receiver apps are published. Integrating Google Cast into your existing applications means you are delving into the world of second screen applications. To help guide you along this journey, we have provided some documentation. Using the design checklist and following our best practices for second screen applications can help ensure you provide a consistent user experience across all platforms. There are design implications that are driven from the design checklist. So in addition to the platform-specific guidelines for Android, iOS, and Chrome, it is important to do a thorough review of the Google Cast design checklist. We are very excited to see what you build with Google Cast. To get you going, we are providing a number of resources. You can discover more details about the Google Cast SDK at developers.google.com/cast. The design checklist will go a long way in guiding you down the path to creating great second screen applications. You can find sample cast sender and receiver apps at github.com/googlecast. We are actively monitoring Stack Overflow for questions and comments tagged with Google-Cast. In future Dev Bites, we will dive deeper into the Cast Sender SDK for each platform and the Cast Receiver SDK. So please stay tuned and happy casting.